So we're going to check out the ZealSound Professional Studio microphone. There's one thing about this microphone that really stood out to me when I saw it. Now, I did get this for the purposes of review, but of course all opinions are absolutely my own. And guys, there's one thing that I really liked about this that you just don't see with other microphones. This one feature that I was just, oh my goodness, I was like so excited. Now, obviously, this thing does have a familiar look to another microphone on the market, and I'm sure a lot of you guys know what I'm talking about. But one thing that, as I said, stood out is this, and I want to immediately point this out. This thing comes with adapters. Adapters that you can easily just go ahead and plug into your phone. That is something you just don't see. So let's say you wanted to record like a podcast and you just want to do everything from your phone and you want to record it, or you just need to record like a video and you want to have just a professional microphone. This bad boy with these adapters will absolutely get the job done. That's just something you don't see come with microphones. And I thought that was really freaking neat, dude. So then we also have this USB-C cable. We're obviously going to plug this bad boy in and check out the sound, but let's check out the quality of the microphone because that's one thing I'm always looking for. I'm a big guy who likes microphones. I have owned like about a dozen of these. And one thing that I'm always looking for is, am I getting quality with these microphones? And immediately out of the box, I can feel this has a really like nice metal construction. So you are absolutely getting quality out of this. Let me go ahead and flip this bad boy over. And the stand as well is nice and hefty, and that's the cool thing, right? Immediately compare this to like the YETI. This microphone stand isn't as heavy. That thing always annoyed the crap out of me, and this one isn't like that. Another thing is this thing is plug and play. So let me go ahead and take this off. You have the nice foam wind cover, and you have the grill right here. And as I said, I'm a big fan of microphones. You have the buttons here, mute, mic. This will mess with the mic. This has an echo, which it looks like it's full on echo, so we'll go ahead and turn that all the way down. Then you have what is the microphone volume knob, then the mic, so you can adjust the volume of the mic itself right here, which is great. And yeah, immediately I just noticed quality here. You have the USB-C, so that's the thing, right? Is this thing plug and play? Can I just plug it in? Will it work? Will it give me gorgeous sound out of the box? And that's what we're about to find out. So let's go ahead now. Everything looks really solid. I'm a big fan. The adapters have won me over beyond belief because I definitely go on the go. I move on the go, and having these adapters, by the way, if you have an Android, it's that one. I have personally an iPhone, so it has the lightning cable. So I absolutely love that. But let's go ahead and just test out the sound, because if the sound is good, if it plugs and plays and sounds great, it will definitely sound good on a PC. If you're doing gaming, if you're doing content creation, whatever you're trying to accomplish, this thing will be able to power and do and give you that lovely voice, hopefully. Now, another thing that I'm really liking right now is just plugging this thing in. The cable's really nice and long. That's really key. I like stuff like that because sometimes, you're putting this on a desk and it's just going to take, a long, nice wires. So they really thought of everything with this microphone, and I'm a big fan of that. So let's go ahead now. We're just going to plug this bad boy right in to the USB, and we'll just start recording, and we'll test out the audio with this bad boy, and we'll see if we can get some nice audio out of this. Okay. Now, the one thing that I am interested in is if I talk a certain way, what kind of direction this will work. So we'll go ahead now, and real quick, I do have the mic set all the way up. Let me go ahead now and pop up with Audacity, and we'll switch this microphone here in a second to this. Hopefully it picks it up right away, and we'll see if this bad boy is, and it is. Okay, so it definitely looks like it did plug it in. It did take away, oh, right there. Okay, cool. And the microphone K66. So I might have to mess with some settings if it doesn't sound too correct on the computer within Windows, but we'll see if this just works. Let's give this a test. So my initial testing, I had to lower the microphone sound. If you guys look at the wave, that's way too high. I won't kill your ears with that. We'll make sure we get the audio just correct to make sure this thing is working. But one of the things I wanted to showcase is how you can easily just adjust on the fly with these little knobs. You don't get that with a lot of microphones. A lot of microphones, you have to do things within software. You have to do things within all sorts of things that'll just make it very complicated. This just gives you some beautiful knobs that you can really mess with.
Okay, so I think I have the microphone at the level that I wanted to set it up at. Something that completely surprised me about this microphone is that when I'm talking in this thing, it's got a very powerful set of internals in here in terms of the volume, because immediately when I started talking, like, it just started clipping like crazy because it's very powerful. So what that means is, if you were to set up this microphone with your cell phone and you wanted to set it a decent distance away, maybe off camera, this microphone is 100% going to pick you up no matter what, which is really good. It's a very powerful microphone. Now, when I personally talk into microphones, I really like to talk in and get that proximity effect, talk really like inside the microphone like I'm doing now. But right now, I haven't heard the sound of this yet. I just wanted to get the volume set up, so everything was done via this knob. I didn't have to do anything special.
Another thing I wanted to mention real quick, you can absolutely hit the mute button as well. If you just want to like silence this thing and you don't want to, like, for whatever reason, you just need to silence it real quick, hit the mute button and that red thing turns on, that red light turns on. So it gives you that idea. We'll go ahead real quick.
Now we decided to put an echo on here and kind of seeing how that echo sounds, and we're just testing out that little echo knob. We'll go ahead now and turn that back down. But so far, I have to say I love the ease of use with this microphone. That's something that I always like to look for when it comes to these things. Is this really friendly to just plug and play? And then you can plug this into your phone, and as I said, make sure you mess with that volume knob to get the right volume. But if you need to set this thing far away, you can absolutely can, and we'll test that out here in a second. Now, I'm far away here from the microphone, and as you guys can see, it's definitely going to need to pick up a little bit more volume. So we'll go ahead now and raise this up, and we'll raise the mic up level. And the more you raise it up, the more this thing's going to absolutely capture what you're trying to do. So now the volume's going high. I have the microphone a decent, like I'm about at least 3 or 4 feet away. And right now, this is how it's picking up with me being a little far away. Obviously, it's going to sound a lot better the closer I am to the microphone. That's kind of how I suggest you talk into any microphone. Doesn't matter the brand or quality or what you're using. If you're using, whatever, it doesn't matter. I always suggest kind of talking pretty close to the microphone. But if you needed to have, you need this bad boy to be kind of far away from you, and I'm going to keep raising the gain a little bit, and you need to talk pretty far away from this thing, feel confident knowing that this gorgeous little ZealSound microphone will absolutely get the job done in that sense as well. So I'm really happy that this thing is just getting the job done, which is awesome. Now let me test this thing up real close again and see how it sounds. We're going to test the microphone and see if it makes any sense, if it sounds really good. So far, it sounds really, really great. And sometimes I am a little bit peaking right now, which is good to know. But overall, this sounds absolutely great. And I'm a big fan of this microphone. So far, it has been kicking butt and doing its thing.
All right, so my final thoughts. I got to listen to this sound. Obviously, one thing I noticed is I would just want to say it sounded incredible. I absolutely, especially for where you kind of get this compared to other microphones in its competition bracket, you are getting a crap ton of value. As I mentioned again, these little adapters too completely won me over. The sound sounded amazing. The only thing was that because I was holding the microphone, that one kind of led to the sound kind of going in and out in different like stages. That was not the microphone, that was me. That was me kind of going back and forth holding. You're not meant to hold these microphones in your hand like I was doing. So just kind of keep that in mind. When you have this still on the desk, you're going to get a nice, crisp, consistent sound. When I got nice and close to it, I really liked the proximity effect. It kind of made my voice a little deeper, a little nicer. It sounded really good, which is something that I liked. Proximity effect isn't too harsh though. If you're somebody who doesn't like proximity effect, it wasn't too harsh compared to other microphones. So I feel like it was a perfect balance. For me, it sounded nice. As I got closer, I did notice that being far away from it, I got nice, clean audio out of it as well. Keeping the microphone like at a nice distance, I was able to kind of hear myself really well, and it sounded good. So if you're somebody that wants this thing off your camera, you don't want it to be shown, you have that ability. But if you want to keep it on camera, you want to have that nice visual, you're going to get it, because I think this microphone's a gorgeous microphone. I love this white. It's kind of like a silver. It looks like a white, so like more like a silver, I should just say. It looks like a really nice silver color, and I'm just a big fan of this. So if you guys are wondering, is this mic worth it? Is this worth me investing? Well, this thing get the job done for gaming, podcasting, content creation of any kind, or just any sort of simple, just a simple you know, you just need to have a nice microphone and talk in a meeting with you plugging in this adapter to your phone. Whatever the case may be, whatever your use case is, this thing's gonna get it done. It can do things from far and it sounds great. You can get close and it sounds even better. It sounds so good. So if you're looking for a microphone and you're looking for something like this in this like nice little bracket compared to other microphones in its class, especially compared to the YETI, this one completely stands up to the competition. Nice and easy. I like the ease of use. I like all the just plug and play. The buttons are very transparent. The internals of this thing, the microphone quality, the sound was just amazing, and that's things that I can just absolutely endorse. So if you're interested in the ZealSound, definitely check it out, and it 100% has my recommendation.